Hi all, welcome to another Team Clueless tournament report. As usual, we are heading off to 40k tomorrow morning for their 2,000 point Clash of Generals tournament. It's a single day event, 3 rounds, using the standard format they use, which is random Maelstrom missions. There are 2 to choose from in each game, and you randomise between them. So it's just Maelstrom scoring, so MSU is the order of the day, and Death Stars aren't as useful, which is why I have this many units on the table. I'm not sure if Mark is joining me tomorrow. It's definitely myself, and then maybe Mark, depending on if there's a place in the tournament for him. He's waiting to hear back. So you'll know next part of the video when he's there or not. So the army I am taking for the 2,000 points is the Battle Company, similar to my last tournament list, but slightly refined since then. I was going to go with Iron Hands for this tournament. As you probably know if you watched any previous videos, I use my red painted Marines. Some would call them Blood Angels, but not with their current book. I use those for any Marine chapter because, well, I own about 20,000 points of painted Space Marines. I'm not going to paint any more in different colours. So the Scarlet Scars are the going today. I've chosen the White Scars over the Iron Hands because the new COG book came out and there's a piece of war gear in there which is just too good not to take for White Scars. So starting at the top of the Battle Company, the first Battle Demi Company is led by a captain. He's got Chapter Master upgrade, a Thunder Hammer, a Shield Eternal, riding a bike with Artificer armor. He has a command squad with him. As you can see, they have 4 grav guns and the Apothecary in the middle. Then we move over to the tactical squads. There are 3 identical tactical squads in this Battle Demi Company. All of them have a melter gun and a combi melter, and they're all rocking around in Razorbacks with heavy bolter turrets. Next, this is a slight change to previously. I used to have bikes in my Battle Company armies, but I decided to go as heavy Razorback as possible. I bought various battered old Razorbacks on eBay, tidied them up a bit, cut all bits off them, and I've been hand making turrets to go on top of some of them. You can see these are not stock turrets, neither are these ones here, but I managed to cobble together enough Razorbacks, so I've got 8 in my force today. So I've replaced the bike squads here with a assault squad. They have 2 flamers in there, and they are in a Razorback with an assault cannon turret. The Devastators are 4 las cannons. They're not going to be in their Razorback, I suspect, but their Razorback has a twin-link las cannon. Then I have the start of the second Battle Company. It is led by the Chaplain, which unlocks the Gladius Strike Force bonuses and not having to pay for any of these lovely vehicles at the back here. He is a standard Chaplain on bike, but he has the Hunter's Eye, which is the new White Scars artifact. It costs 20 points, gives him +1 ballistic skill, and gives him and his entire unit, which consists of grav guns and orbital bombardment from him, the Ignore Cover special rule. It's just far too powerful not to take. With all the Eldar shenanigans, all their jinking stuff and bikes around, it's really good for that. The Dark Angels have got a huge amount of cover stuff they can pull. Demons of Nurgle have loads of really good cover saves. Cover saves are so powerful in the game. Being able to add something that ignores cover to my army was, you just can't not take it, especially for 20 points. It just far too good. And because he's on a bike, he's really mobile. If I need him to, he can always leave this squad if I parked it in the correct position, go and join the las cannon squad or the missile launcher squad we'll get to in a minute, and give them ignores cover around if there's a long range target they need to deal with. So just overall, it's just a phenomenal piece of war gear. So I've got him. 2 of the tactical squads in his half of the Battle Demi Company are armed exactly the same. There are 2 grav cannons, 1 grav cannon in each 5-man squad and 1 combi grav in each 5-man squad. They are both rocking around again in heavy bolter Razorbacks. It doesn't pair brilliantly, the grav cannon, with going around a vehicle, because you lose half your range when you get out. But when you can move your vehicle 6, disembark 6, and then fire at half the range as 12, you still get about a 24-inch range shot out of it. So still quite a long range. And if they blow up the Razorback and they fall out, then they can fall out to where I want them to be and then remain stationary and get a 24-inch range out of their grav cannons then. So it seems pretty useful, and grav is so powerful that I really want to include as much as possible, as I've dropped the 2 normal bike squads that used to hold it. Continuing on, the third tactical squad here is another double melter squad. It has combi melter and normal melter, and they are in a drop pod. Then I have the assault squad for this half of the Battle Demi Company. They have 2 flamers and a combi flamer. They're in a drop pod. Flamers in drop pods are really good because you can put your pod down and then disembark 6. You can really position them brilliantly to cover the enemy. So I've got 1 anti-vehicle squad, 1 anti-infantry squad in the drop pods, and then completing the 3 drop pods, which I always like to have odd numbers of drop pods. I have an ironclad dreadnought armed with a melter. He's a multi-purpose tool. There are certain armies that just can't deal with him. In the last tournament I played against a Khorne Demonkin list, and they had, I think, 1 unit in their entire army that could even feasibly hurt him. So I took out that and then just plonked him down wherever I wanted and owned that area of the board. He's got a strength 10 attack, so he's useful against many things. I mean, he'll die to a knight, but he'll deal damage to a knight before it kills him. He can handle a certain number of Thunderwolves if I combine with others to kind of like ignore some of their attacks. So he's just a really useful piece to have. His drop pod has a Deathwind missile launcher as well for a bit more anti-infantry. Then rounding off this half of the Battle Demi Company, we have another Devastator squad. This one has 4 missile launchers, and they are in a Razorback which has a heavy flamer turret. They're obviously not going to be in it again, so that one's just going to be shooting up the field to try and harass the enemy and draw some fire away from my more important targets. The auxiliary formation that you have to take, I have as usual taken the Scout formation. I like Scouts. I'm playing a heavy MSU army. This gives me 3 more units with a bit of infiltration. Because I don't have Khan leading my army, the rest of my army doesn't get to Scout. So having these as moving forwards early game is quite important. So I really wanted to take them. As usual, I've just taken the Scouts I have painted. I have a squad of Sniper Scouts, a squad of normal bolter arm scouts, and then these ones, even though they look like they've got a bolt pistol and knife, I'm using them as bolter arm scouts, and they have a combi melter on the Sarge, mainly because that's the model I have. Okay, so that is 2,000 points. It's an awful lot of models. I mean, unit wise, I've got, well, let's have a think, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 separate units there. I mean, most armies just can't kill that many units given a game, especially even though they're only 5 man, they are Space Marines. They've got a 3-up save, they've got really good leadership, they don't run away. The drop pods are quite hard to kill. There's 11 vehicles in the list, so it requires quite a lot there. Obviously, it's not brilliant in assault, but this unit's pretty strong with the Chaplain and the Chapter Master. Feel no pain such. They're a pretty good assault unit. They can deal with most normal threats. They can't take on proper Death Stars, but they'll deal with most normal squads quite happily. So overall, I'm quite happy with the list. I think it should do reasonably well. I'm not sure what I'm particularly scared of, just due to the fact that the entire list is objective secured other than the scouts over there. I'm just really good at objective missions, so I hopefully will roll up randomly the objective missions that have the most cards in, because then I get the biggest advantage out of my objective secured and MSU nature. So we'll find out tomorrow. I'm not sure if I am on my own tomorrow. I'm not sure what type of report I'll be able to do. I might do speaking to camera, but I suppose we'll find out, and then I'll probably have a dangerous drive while speaking to my phone journey back. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, so I have arrived at 40k. I arrived a little bit late to go around at the beginning, so I'll go and take some pictures of the armies and such during the lunch hour. It was only me in the car today. Mark, in the end, couldn't make it, so I have a substitute member of Team Clueless here today.
Hello.
Introduce yourself.
I'm John. Hello.
John is a viewer on YouTube that we met down here at the club, so I thought I'd get him to go through his game. You can see his beautiful army down here. He's got an Eldar Dark Eldar. Do you want to just tell the people what you've got in your force?
Yes, I've got Farseer on a jet bike, I've got Eldrad, 2 units of scatter laser jet bikes, a Crimson Hunter, a Wraith Knight with sword, a Bull Wraith battery with D cannons, a unit of D size, and then the Dark Eldar. I've got Reavers, Ravager, Raider, 3 Venom squads, and the Mayan, just to...
Excellent. What I like about it is it's not a spam Eldar army.
No.
You see so many armies that just take your single choice and repeat it. It's got loads of different options, all of them good. It's an excellent book. And you were fighting against a beautifully painted Imperial Knight army.
I was, yes.
How did it go?
It was good. I got a significant victory.
Excellent.
Tabled him in turn 4. Oh,
that's what we like.
Which is exactly what we like. Yeah, he was a really nice player to play. We turn 1 he moved up, and I basically shot him with D weapons and he died pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. Unless he could get you at the beginning, D weapons
Yeah.
are going to kick his army's arse,
Well,
aren't they?
exactly. Yeah.
No, but I played against him. He's a really nice guy to play against. Okay, I just need to quickly go through my game. So I was playing the Battle Company. I was playing against a mixed Imperial Guard Dark Angels force. They had a giant great shadow sword. Basically, it was a long game. There were lots of rules, queries and such. Nice guy to play against. We were playing Hammer and Anvil, which hampered me a bit, but I scored. We only got to turn 3. I scored every objective on each of my turns. He only scored 1, so I got a significant victory. It was 9-1 in the end. I killed everything but an Imperial Guard squad, and his Deathwing didn't come in, unfortunately for him. But a victory, but not enough points, I think, because it's only a 3-round tournament. You need lots of points to win, and a guy we know back here playing a Tower Army scored 32 victory points that game to, I think, 3 against the Khorne Demonkin force. So that was not good. Okay, we've got to go downstairs. Okay, we have reached the end of round 2. So let's see, how did you get on that round?
I lost.
Ooh, not good.
It's a shame. I was playing a Nids player who was very good.
So let's have a look. This Nid player over there, what's your name?
Lewis, hello.
It is Lewis over there. And he has a really nicely painted Nid army.
Thank you very much.
He's using the Endless Swarm flying and foot version, whatever that is called.
Nice.
It's just completely overwhelmed me, basically. I didn't have enough
That
shots
is,
early on.
that is an awful lot of models on that board.
Yes. Oh, there's more. That's the problem.
Really?
They come back when you
Oh, and there's more over there as well.
And the problem is they come back if they when you kill them all.
I do not want to play him.
Tell me about it.
I didn't enjoy playing them.
That is pretty hideous. And it's
So it was it was a very close game. He had a very good couple of turns, and then I started to come back, but just not enough. Too late. But,
as
yeah,
we were saying earlier, it's really interesting to see a Nid army that is completely different to the hundreds of flying hive tyrants.
Yeah.
This is how you imagine Nids in the fluff are, isn't it? As them sweeping across a planet towards you.
It's the first Nid list I've seen that doesn't include 4 high flyers.
Yeah, exactly. Really nice to
Also
see.
include-
So I'm going to do a quick walk around and see a few more armies while we're here. There's quite a few Imperial Guard here today, bringing lots of super heavies I've seen. There's one there, another one there. This was my opponent from the first round. What we got here, we got a Tau army using some of the new formations. It's doing really well. This guy is, I think he's won 2 significant victories and has a shed load of tiebreakers, so he's probably leading the tournament at the minute.
did Tau?
Yeah.
He's not let Nid yet. You wait.
This isn't part of the tournament, but we'll stick it on video anyway. Couple of new players there. Coming over here, what have we got here? We got Space Marines. Lots of Imperial Knights here today. There's Andy, owner of the shop. Say hello, Andy.
What?
Who's this beautifully painted red army here? Look at that. God, that's stunning.
It hurts your eyes almost.
This is the guy I was playing against in my game. He was playing the Admech Skitarii Knights combination in the, can't remember what it's called, War Convocation, that's it. That they share all their special rules, get loads of stuff. It was a really challenging game for me because I know most of the armies in the game really well, but that one I don't know all the bonuses it gets, and every unit when he was going into combat he was describing all the bonuses they got. I managed to win the game 12-8 victory point wise at the end. He had annihilated my army. I mean, his entire army is basically twin-linked BS5 for the first couple of turns, and he just shot everything to death. I mean, I'd lost nearly every vehicle, but at the end of the game I still had 5 of the objectives due to my objective secured and going second, and I was up on the victory points, and because the lunch had run, we could have gone on, so we looked at our next objectives, and I was going to score another 3 objectives in my turn, so I would have stayed ahead. Other armies here, there's this nice demon army here. Apparently he's got 50 zombies to go with it. Couple of knights there. I always like this guy's armies. He is also playing a war convocation because he's got nicely modified units. You see the giant hand on that, and he's made his own little walker things out of these. Always really nice to see. We'll get a nice front look of the Tyrannid army. They're still not finished, but I'm running out of battery, so... And let's quickly walk around here. And he's taking pictures much better than I'm getting here, so if you want to see them, go to the 40k Gaming website, and you'll be able to see them there. Here's Lee's member. He was in our team when we played the team game. He's playing beautifully painted white Necrons, have a really good ceramic look to them. Over here we have another army there. More Space Marines. Grey Knights. A couple of Grey Knight players here today I was a little surprised at. This one looks like it's Khorne Demonkin. And, oh yeah, this one's got really nicely painted Bloodthirsters in it. And a really brightly painted Guard army. I really like the look of that. We have some more demons down here. Grey Knights and Centurions over there. More Demonkin. Oh no, this is the really nicely painted Demonkin army. Here you go, look at this guy's wings in there, really good effects on them. And we have some Ultramarines over there. And I think that is most of the armies today. I haven't seen Phil's army, it's obviously hiding somewhere. What have we got down here? Dread Knights, lots of Dread Knights here today. Haven't seen Phil's army around. He is playing 1,000,000 bikes. So we'll just come over here, see if they're over here. There are the Knights, more Grey Knights here with Knight support. And this one looks like it's Space Marine Eldar combo. Nice glossy effect up there on the Eldar. Okay, so we'll come back for one more round after this.
Right, so I lost my final game, which is a real shame, but it was a brilliant game.
It looked fantastic. I was on the table next to it, and it was so close.
It's 20-21 in the end to my opponent. And he's just down to the cards, but he played really well. He was a great guy. Really
It's Drago style, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Drago
Yeah.
style. Centurions, Drago, a couple of librarians.
And he knew what he was doing. He knew to pick on your D-cannons, didn't he, and just take them out.
Yeah. D-cannons went turn 1. Wraith Knight survived like 3 turns, which is amazing. But didn't really do much, obviously.
21-20. That's a really good. When you got that, sometimes you get quite close games that are like 5-6, but when you got that many scores and it's done it, that is excellent.
It's really good.
And you also got best painted today.
I did get best painted. That makes it all worth it.
Yeah, that's really good. And your army looked really nice. Okay, well, thank you for joining Team Clueless for the day.
Thank you, Andrew. See you later.
Okay, so I am now back from the tournament and I'm a bit knackered, but I thought I'd quickly go through my final round. So my girlfriend is laughing at me as she takes this film of me, but I didn't have a tripod to hand. So in the final round, I played a really nice guy called Aaron. He was playing Khorne Demonkin. It was a reasonably good game for me because it's all about getting the objectives, and we were playing the one where you start with 6 objectives and move down to 1 as you go through the turns. I think on turn 1 I scored 14 points. I did a really ballsy move. I had 2 objectives that I could get D3 plus 3 out of. So I basically pushed all out the field, took all 6 objectives, and took 3 that he had already controlled and gained loads of victory points. And as the game went on, he was assaulting lots of my stuff, but I was managing to kill a load of his in return. And in the end, the game finished on turn 5, and I think I had 32 victory points to his 9. So a really good win for me, but really good game. I've seen Aaron loads of times down at the club. It's the first time we've actually had a game and had a chat. He was a really nice guy to play against. Absolute pleasure. So in the end, at the end of the tournament, I came 3rd. Phil managed to get 3 significant victories, so he took the tournament. And I can't remember the name of the guy who came 2nd. That's really annoying. I was just chatting to him earlier. But he was the Nid player, and he was playing a really interesting Nid list, not just flying Hive Tyrant. So he did really well as well. And then I came in 3rd. John, who you saw in the video, I'd like to thank him for joining in today, as none of the other members of Team Clueless were able to come. As he said, he got best painted, and I think he got a win and a really narrow loss and another really narrow loss, so he did pretty well as well. As always, thanks to Phil and Andy for organising a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.